Hello and happy Saturday, everybody. Thanks for joining me for this impromptu Saturday live. We're going to do a community chat session with BB3 TV owners and hosts, and we're just going to kind of kick it here a little bit for a while. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about things like Top Gun. We're going to talk about cinema, some of the stuff that we're looking to do here at BB3 TV. It's going to be a lot of fun. So fasten your seatbelts, batten down the hatches, sit your ass down, whatever it is that keeps your ass in that chair. And we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. Stick around.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, funny thing. Well, we were talking before you went live here, Tom, and I, and we were talking about doing block parties. And one of the guys said, "Did you say were you talking about black parties?" No. So here, my good friend James kicks in, says, "Shoot, early show, welcome black." So that's kind of funny. It's good to see you guys, man. So it's BB3 TV is what we're our network. How you doing, Laurie? It's good to see you. Hey, Gretchen, as always, appreciate you jumping in. It's good to see you too. Mama Two Bucks, how's it going? Hey, Rick, are you still in Chicago vacationing? I saw your pics, man. Really cool stuff. So, guys, today we're just going to be talking a little bit about what's happening here at BB3. We're just going to shoot the shit. I'm going to bring Dom in, guys. Welcome, Dom. Welcome to the show.
This shit. What's happening?
So,
that is too funny. The opener. Hey, I'm proud of you too, man. Like, I love the way you opened it. You were there, and then you showed the second countdown. Man, that's the way to do it, brother.
Did you like that?
That's a good look.
Oh, well, thank you. I do appreciate that.
Man.
I am humble. So all right, yeah. So you're leaving Chicago Union Station at 6:40 tonight. Cool, man.
Hi.
Good stuff. So, guys, take a look here in the comment section. I am pasting the link to the show.
My mom's here. Yeah. Oh my God, a lot of people here. Paranormal Brews. Yeah. Good.
All right. So check it out, guys. Jump in if you want to shoot the breeze with us a little bit. So, what's going on in your neck of the woods down there, you Floridian?
Well, it's hot here, and as we were talking earlier, I'm like, in reality, Dustin and Gemma from Australia, my favorite shows, honestly. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So yeah, man, like you just have it going on, and we do community chats often. You're never involved.
So I never host them. I never host the community chat.
I want to do one with you, and Tom will be here in momentarily.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the point. We're hanging out on what the hell is today? Saturday?
It is a Saturday, and it is
hanging out Saturday night, and this is what it is.
It is 5 o'clock. But all right, dude. So we were just talking about Top Gun. Has anybody have any of you guys actually gone and seen Top Gun yet? Like, this movie was like incredibly awesome. And anybody who's ever seen the original Top Gun and then saw this one, it was so nostalgic that, oh, for Pete's sake. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah, I can. You need to take that phone call, sir?
That was an important phone call, but I will not take that right now. We'll
go take it and leave me on the screen. I'll talk about Top Gun all night.
It's okay. But it was so cool because it was so nostalgic. Like, there are literally times when I was watching that movie where I got choked up, man. I'm like,
yeah, I cried too. And we were talking about, like, there are scenes in a movie where it's like there's so much nostalgia. In order to make strong individuals like Dustin and I cry, like, it's one of these things, like, it's just a powerful movie. I went with a BB3 member to see this movie, and they said, with a perfect beginning to Top Gun 1, how do you top it? And the answer is you don't. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I do understand it.
Yeah. It was perfection.
It
all
was
the way
perfect.
through the movie. The story of Peggy or Penny, sorry. Her being there and then watching her eyes as they kicked him out that bar without giving it away, knowing the hurt, like, you saw it in her face that, oh, fuck, I just fucked up. Oh, by the way, put your parental advisory up talking about this movie. It's passionate.
I don't have the
It's
parental advisory.
parental advisory show, guys. But like, it was one of these moments where it's like, you see it in her face where she's like, oh no, I know he's here for something more, right?
Yeah, but again, don't give away too much.
No,
because
I'm
that's
trying
actually an
not to.
important. Right, it's hard not to, because that's an important part of the show. That really kind of sets up the connection between the two of them.
Yes.
And it's so good though. But watching that show, it was like taking me back to 1986, man. Like when I first watched the movie, but you're like, how? Oh, he says what? You cut the BB3 TV countdown a few seconds short. It says at the end, you are now live with BB3 TV. It's so cool that you're using
I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah. I don't know why you're doing that. You're supposed to be in here, bro.
Put the sandwiches down and just jump in instead of commenting. Come on,
but
bro.
Tom is the sandwich maker for his household. He likes making the sandwiches.
Don't say that, because he'll be there forever. Sandwich maker.
Sandwich maker. We're Sandwich maker's going to join us here shortly.
Goose. He's Goose.
And yeah, talk to me, Goose. He says I'm making my day now from BB3.
In BB3.
My day, didn't he? Yeah.
No,
first it's Tom, now it's this.
Yeah, no, truly, like, I'm glad as in family oriented shit, like his dad is family, they are family to me. I love it.
Sure.
He said, stop. I get what it is, man.
Now, look, listen, Mama Two Books has spoken. That means you move.
Yeah, get your arse in here.
Move it, you bloody bastard. Yes. What you waiting for? Let's go. And why are you talking on like your Facebook page? Then, oh, for Pete's sake, my phone's blowing up. So that means something bad has happened.
Well, I hope not. Let's talk about last night. You want to real quick? Are you cool?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's your show.
I don't know what you want to talk about. You want to talk about what we talked about on my show last night?
I didn't get to see it. Let's talk.
Well, we talked about domestic violence, man. We talked about how domestic violence in the United States is something it's like a very serious like epidemic. It's a it's a true pandemic. I mean, because it's people are suffering through this type of thing without having an outlet and really knowing how to deal with it. And my show last night was really to try to bring attention to some of that stuff and give people a voice to talk about it a little bit, but at the same time, offer resources and give people a place where, look, you're not alone here. I mean, look, this is what I ran on my show all night last night. It's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. It's a real deal. For those of you who didn't see my show last night, Cliff Notes abbreviated version of what happened is my sister was taken out of the house where she was staying with my mother. She was driven to an open field near Nisley Vineyards. She was taken out of the truck, beaten by her ex-boyfriend, and then he ran over her with his pickup truck, not once, but twice, and clearly in an effort to kill my sister.
Absolutely disgusting.
And people may wonder why I'm sitting here talking to you and not in prison.
No, yeah.
Well, it's because they got them first. They got to him first.
Let's separate two fields real quick because I want to jump in on this. Laura and Ross, jump in here if you want. Send her a link. Video game.
Laura, the link is in the comment section if you want to grab it. Jump in. This is open to all BB3 TV members and family.
Disgusting what you had to go through, Dustin. And I felt in my heart last night. I had late night conversations with Taryn, which I won't talk about today. But what you had to go through yesterday is fucked up. No woman should have to deal with that. Nobody.
No, look, you know what it comes down to? This is my honest to God opinion. It comes down to a mutual respect for human life in general. But let's just say inside of a relationship, I don't care what your relationship looks like. It doesn't matter to me what it looks like. Okay. To each their own, but still when it comes down to, relationships, it's a mutual respect. And if you can't respect me as a human being enough to at least have a conversation with me and
Sure.
try to have a civil discourse without beating the shit out of me or degrading me mentally, whatever, you've got to figure out a way to get away from those types of things, because people, that's like a narcissistic, self-love type of thing, man.
Yeah, it's honestly like
Thanks,
words
Laura.
that
Yeah,
I
it was
can't
terrible.
even come up with without saying too cliche to be live and shit. It just fucked up words that I can't even say. You understand this, right?
Well, you just dropped the biggest one of all, so why stop there?
Yeah, I get
But
it.
no, it's tough. It's a tough thing. But look, I cannot take all of this and say it was all his fault. Okay. To answer Mom Two Books' question, my sister is not doing great. She's fine in terms of she'll make it through the incident. She's going to survive this. But now there's a mental stuff. There's a lot of mental things going on with her right now.
Yeah.
She's not in a good place.
See, that's the thing, Dustin, too. Like, may I speak on a situation that I have no part of, like how this was her boyfriend, right?
Yeah, ex, yeah.
How can
She
she
left
trust a
him.
man again, right? Like, get into a relationship. I don't know her age and shit like this, but like,
Mm-hmm.
how do you trust somebody again?
It's tough. What's like it's like somebody walking in on their significant other and engaging in sexual conduct with somebody other than your wife or her husband, and you walk in on something like that. How
Yeah,
would you
fuck.
ever be able to look at that person in the same way ever again?
I can't say it live.
Yeah,
You know that I can't say it.
I
So yeah,
appreciate
that's
that, Patricia. Same to you, Laura. I'm
yeah,
praying
your
for someone.
family. I mean, we love you and shit like this. That's the reason like tonight's happening. I've been thinking about you since last night. Ask Taryn.
Yeah, yeah, and you guys, and I do appreciate that. Why isn't Taryn here, by the way? Where's she at? What's she doing?
Bring her in.
I don't know where she is.
Tom will come in. Lauren was come in for sure.
Yeah,
Just one of these things, man. Like, we talked about it earlier. The reason we're here, the reason we're here is because of destinations as well, too.
Destinations.
How do you feel about that? Where'd your destination out to?
Oh, I destinationed out to the same stuff I always do.
All of it.
Oh, after I told you not to. Force a habit, bro. Want me to lie?
Fucking guy. Jesus Christ. All right, so we're just having a show right now. So the point of the show is not to fucking any point of the show. It's just fucking. I'm glad to be off the cuff.
It's good to have you here, buddy.
Dustin, thank you.
How red my face is right now.
I know, I see it.
It's so funny. Dude, it's a force of habit. When I'm selecting my shit, I didn't even think about it. It was a mechanical thing.
Well, your show's too goddamn good anyway. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You don't have to kiss my ass.
Want to be on your show as well. BB3 hosts.
Well, I do enjoy very much, but I enjoy talking about things, not just, people do know that I enjoy talking about politics once in a while, but that gets so dry. It gets so boring talking about that crap. And I think people are, well, it pisses them off, and that's fine. It's okay to get pissed off, man. It's, why not? But I like talking about controversial stuff. I like talking about things that people think maybe is a little bit taboo. Maybe my opinion is different than yours. So what? It doesn't matter. It's fun to have a difference in opinion. And you know what? Sometimes it's fun to argue with people. You don't have to agree with me. Matter of fact, I think it's better if you don't. Let's talk about it. I'm not going to get mad at you. Like if you come at me and be like, I love Joe Biden, I'm going to be like, I hate Joe Biden. Joe Biden's doing great things for the country. I'm going to be like, no, Joe Biden's doing shit for this country. But you can't.
Dude. Like, no, I feel it too. Like on both parties, no matter what, like I agree with you right now without me saying it. I totally agree. It's just, it's very cool to see on a network that like you get to do what you want to do and be okay with it and like see your opinion strong. You know what I'm saying? Like going into everything like tonight, you had no idea what you're going into. There's
not.
nothing else to talk about. This is a waste of time now, other than
Why?
us hanging out together and just talking
Why is
about.
it? But why would that be a waste of time? This
Because
conversation could go down a road, which is beautiful
it
about
could.
being off the cuff.
You
Okay,
destination out everywhere, sir.
so what?
Well,
All that means is the same people that I would have shared it to are just clicking directly through my pages. It's the same difference.
maybe
It really
we're
is.
gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna
I mean,
see.
it's the same. It is the same difference. Okay, so I couldn't imagine trying to date in today's world. You know what's really funny about that? I just had this conversation with a friend of
Put that
mine
up
who's
again so I
been.
could read it.
Get your monocle out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, dating in today's world. Do you know what this dating in today's world is degraded to? A bunch of cheap asshole dudes looking for a quick hookup who will call you or say that whatever they want to say. They're going to say beautiful things to you. Oh, you're so gorgeous. God, I love the way you do your hair. All this good stuff. And they're going to butter you up. And they're going to be like, we going to fuck you? And that's what it comes down to. Guys
Right.
looking for a quick hookup. You need to
But
go one year.
They have that nowadays. If everybody wants to just do it, it's OnlyFans and shit. Like, honestly, right now, my girlfriend, I wouldn't trade her in for the fucking world. She's so different from me. Know what I'm saying? Fucking weird. It's actually weird.
Isn't that though? Isn't that like a good thing though? Isn't it so good?
I don't.
To be,
I have no fucking idea. I
Well,
have
look
no
at it
idea
this way, bro. I don't want to be with a person who is exactly like me. I can hardly stand me half the time.
She
I
don't know
don't want
the
to
jokes
be
I
dating
pull.
somebody who's another me.
I literally fucking pull jokes all day long, and she don't know how to handle it. I just don't get it. Like, her personality is like so pure compared to mine. I feel like I'm not even good enough. Honestly.
Well, none of us are good enough for our women.
Cheers.
Let's be honest.
I gotta get you one here. What are you drinking tonight, Blue Moon?
I'm drinking Blue Moon Belgian White Ale. There you go, Blue Moon. That is your free pitch for the day. Or you can send me a check. St. Pauli's girl? No, I'm doing the Blue Moon. I'm going to move on to Fat Tire after that.
I like Fat Tire. You ever had the Fat Tire cheese?
No.
Oh, it's good. Fat Tire cheese makes the room.
Joe Fox says, I'd be afraid of a quick hookup. Seriously, too much mental unstableness.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, that is the honest to God truth. Quick, yeah, but a quick hookup, a wham, bam, thank you, get in and get out type of deal, is when you just shut the door and you're not even you're not even given that opportunity for somebody to go crazy on you. But what it comes down to is people are batshit crazy. And listen, all right, I know we're going to go off the cuff. Right? We're gonna talk a little bit about something. We're gonna talk about something that people don't like to talk about much.
Do it.
Religion. All right. Okay. And if you know anything about the Bible talks about the end times, talks about Revelations, talks about what's going to happen. I swear to God, if you follow the Bible, we are in the end times now. We are living in the end times. All right. People, doing a lot of this stuff. And, it talks about that in the Bible. And it talks about how people are going to be turning away from God. It's going to talk about how the economy, it's going to be like this one world order. They're pushing for all of that kind of stuff. I mean, literally Joe Biden said publicly about a world order. He said those words. That's a scary thing to hear a president say.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean, I don't feel like, everything's in the Bible you hear. Like, I feel like there's a representation, like, say, I can't stand Joe Biden myself. I don't feel like the Bible.
And you voted for him.
I know.
I just called you out.
It's called buyer's regret. But I don't feel like that there's anything, in the Bible saying, hey, Joe Biden did this, Joe Biden did that. I don't feel like there's any kind of end game here other than this shit's just happening. I think it's just written words and whispers in the ear of more and more happening. You could disagree with me, and that's the thing. I'm not right. I want to be wrong. Trust me. I just feel like there's so much more that we're not looking at. Let's see this. People can burn a church, but no one can take away God. I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look, look, we're
The
talking about
church
movies.
has so much money going into it with the people running it.
It
People
does. It
who
does.
I can't even enter churches because I called people out who are drunks, fucking drug addicts and shit like that. And I called them out and they run churches who are millionaires now. I'm not allowed in these places. Truly not.
Well, because the place will burn down as soon as you walk into it.
But I'm not a bad person. That's what I'm saying. I just call you out.
No, it's fine. But look, uh, we're talking about this is. I'm going to tell you how my belief
Yeah.
in God works. I don't go to church anymore. I did. I went to church all the time. I saw a movie once, and I know this is really crazy to get my religion, my belief system from a movie, especially a Hollywood movie. But it's called Stigmata. If anybody has seen that movie,
Stigmata is one of my favorites.
okay. Now listen. He says in this movie, the kingdom of God is inside you and all around you, not in mansions of wood and stone. Lift a stone and you will find me. Split a piece of wood and I am there. That is exactly how I feel about God in my
I
life.
agree with that.
I'm like, listen, and in the movie he says, I love Jesus. I love my relationship is between him and me. And that's exactly how I feel about my relationship with God. It's not about going to a church, and doing things like that.
I love Islam. I love Catholic. I hate the structure of being in a church. Like, I absolutely love midnight mass on Christmas. Like, you have no idea. Roman Catholic fucking churches are amazing. Like, I don't like the structure of people like judging and then seeing their houses behind the church that are so fucking bigger than mine that will ever be. Like, why?
Yeah.
You make all this money.
Hey.
The priest that's up here was on fucking American Idol to be a comedian. He got shut down immediately. Why are you there? Are you trying to be a fucking comedian, a fucking Hollywood star, or are you trying to spread the word of God? You are a lie in my eyes, right?
Well, okay, here's the thing. If you find a unique way to connect to people, I don't care, call it a gimmick, but it connects people with God, then he's doing God's work. As long as he's using the scripture and he's not bastardizing the scripture and he's using it in a way, he or she using it in a way to bring people to Christ or God or whoever you believe in, Allah or whoever, they're doing that work. And that's a good thing. Okay. But I don't care if God has called them to this and he rewards his people with wealth, then that's
Maybe.
okay. I'm not a jealous person.
I'm not either. I just, I looked in the long lines of Satanism my entire life. You knew that. Every man, every woman is a star. That's how I feel. Everyone is equal, without the whole devil perspective of it. But there is no judgment in what I look at. You're better than me. It's like one of these things where you look at somebody and there is nobody better than an equal, which is none. You understand that?
I hear what you're saying. I'm sending Sean a link. Okay.
Sean?
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah, bring him in. That'd be great.
Okay, church is a hospital for sinners, not a museum for saints. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm a very I'll say it now, like we're live. I'm a very proud Satanist because of what I learned.
We just talked a little bit ago that you were coming to God.
I understand. It's not that. Like, I understand Catholic and all this type of shit. Like, yes, the Roman Catholic is great, but like half the people I meet here were Christians and shit like that. I won't corner nobody. I get more judgment from the churches and the Christianity families than anything. They see a mark on my arm. You're this, you're that. I dating a Muslim girl. You're this, you're that. Like, every man and every woman is a star. You understand that, right? You're part of Earth in this space in time.
We just believe a different thing.
Right. And I don't disbelieve in your God. I don't.
How you doing, Sean? Welcome to the show, brother.
I think it's fucking absolutely amazing. Trust me. I will kneel before your God too.
Sean, just so you know, bud, if you're saying anything, we couldn't
what's
hear
up,
you.
Brother?
You may want to get headphones, earbuds, and a microphone. I don't know. Figure something out. Okay. I want. You're very far away. You're very, very far away. So Joe says, I wonder if you can manifest a lottery win. For me, it's not about the money. It's whether or not it's able to be done. I'm not a lotto nut. I'm interested in if it can be done. Manifestation, interesting topic, and is one
Show
of my
me how to
favorite things to talk about.
manifest a lottery win, because I want it too. I'll split it with you, sir.
Okay, now look, you can manifest anything you put your mind to. The
Well,
point
that's
of it
true.
is you have to have a definiteness of purpose. You have to be so definite. Okay, just hear me out, Don. Give me a second. You have to be so definite in your desire, your want for whatever that is to manifest it. You have to see it, smell it, taste it, believe it. Those things are the most important part of manifesting anything in your life. Okay. If you give power to a negative thought, you've created that, you've put that out into the world. That's the energy that the universe senses. That's in it. Listen, the universe is not biased. It does not care. It feeds off what you tell it to feed off of. So if you're going to sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm such a horrible person," or "Oh, I'm so bad at this," or "Oh, my show sucks." Well, yep, it does. And yes, you are, because that's what you're putting out there. So manifestation is really, it comes down to, it's not, Joe, it's not just the spoken word. Okay. It's speaking the word, it's thinking the word, it's feeling the word, and it's believing the word. So without all those things kind of working in kind of cohesion, manifestation doesn't work. Because as soon as you give a negative thought any energy whatsoever, that negative thought it becomes reality instantaneously.
That reminds me, I completely agree with you, Dustin, and that reminds me of one of my favorite quotes is perception of the mind creates reality. I live by that philosophy, and it's very true. That's why when you talk to somebody, two different people who experience the same thing, they both have a different reality of the situation based on the perception of their minds. And it's the same thing. And like we've heard, it's no secret that BB3 TV is known for paranormal. Ray Parker Jr. needs to be in on this, but even paranormal, they talk about how when you talked about the negativity, that negative thought and stuff like that, a lot of from the research that I've done, a lot of people who experience poltergeists, normally it's attached to the person rather than the place because of the physical manifestation or mental manifestation that they've created in their mind. Actually, for something like pipes banging, then their imagination runs away with them or something like that, and then it becomes something that it's not, but they have manifested it into such a reality that it becomes that reality. It actually, you could bring in a person's EMF or something like that and actually pick up a magnetic field of an entity as something that's attached to that person because that person has manifested that doorway or opening for that entity to come through things that necessarily weren't there in the first place. So the human mind is a very, very powerful weapon or tool or machine that we are just barely beginning to scratch the surface of. And I think religion falls into that too, based on your faith and spirituality, how much of that you actually want to put forth into it and how much stock you want to put into it will determine how well it affects your reality, because faith is believing.
It is. And I have to interrupt this broadcast for some breaking news. And whoa, I'm sorry. It's actually. I had to do it.
We're gonna definitely get tagged. You know that, right?
What's that?
We're definitely getting tagged for that one.
Tagged for what?
Let them tag us. Let them do it. There we go.
Freedom of speech.
Absolutely. But you know what? That doesn't even exist anymore. All right. Every time I ask that question, people abuse you and say, listen to this guy. He wants the winning numbers. And that is far from the reality of my question. No, dude, you know what? People are so judgmental. That's so frustrating to me. You know, I don't judge anybody. I accept you for who you are. I accept Dom's ass for, even though he's a Satanist, I can save you, my brother.
I actually appreciate God. I just, the words that
can't have one without the other.
I read, I mean, I love the Catholic religion, but the words I read, every man, every woman is a star. I have
Okay.
not been judgmental on nobody coming
I
into
mean,
this.
did you read that in the Bible? Because I didn't get that out of the
No, I
Bible.
read in the Satanist Bible.
Okay, well, that's the Satanist Bible. See, I don't even go there.
I'll read your Bible when you read the one I read.
I will not read that
The
Bible. I
sun-
absolutely
But
refuse.
why?
The
I
sun
won't.
is a star. And you know what the sun is made of? It's not made up of a person. The sun is made up of plasma and radiation and UV
Listen,
light and all kinds
Whatever
of,
you
and
want
every
to say,
star is made up of
looking,
that.
you're looking at it in a way where you're taking the universe and you're not looking at a man and a woman. Every man, every woman is a star. You're equal in this universe because we are going to die the fucking same.
I would appreciate that, Joe. Big time.
What's that?
Listen, and if anyone has a problem with being a Satanist or anything like that, I don't push it on nobody. I do not.
No, but I mean, okay, all right. For the interest of being open and open to discussion,
Sure,
because
yeah,
that's
ask me any
all right.
question.
Okay, in your eyes, okay, what is being a Satanist? What does it mean to be a Satanist, and how does that how does that manifest in your life?
Has nothing with devil worshiping, nothing like that. I don't worship
Being
the
a
devil.
Satanist,
We don't do shit like this. I love it's more. I guess it's more paganism. I love the moon. I love the earth. I love how everything goes. I love people, coming in to eat their fill. Do what thou wilt.
You're
You know,
describing
even-
Wiccan.
I'm describing what I know
It's
from what
Wiccan.
I've been taught. So
Yeah,
do
that
what
does
thou
sound more
wilt.
Wiccan than anything, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't sound because Satan is literally written in the Bible as Satan is the devil. That's
So what
in
I'll
the
do
Bible.
here, send me your email. And I'll send you the fucking book. How
I'm not
about
going to
that?
read it.
No, it's
I'm
not
explaining. I'm
that.
explaining to you what I read, and you're telling me what I just read is wrong. I'm
No,
explaining.
no, no,
to you,
no.
like,
He's not. No, no, no.
I'm not
He's
saying
simply
that.
no. He's just telling. It sounds like Wiccan. It
Yes.
not saying it. You're right or wrong. Or no. It sounds like Wiccan.
Yeah.
Calm down, bro. Get a grip.
Listen, I'm fine, but like, here's the situation I'm in. Like, you can corner me with anything. Like, you're not cornering me, you guys, but like, most people ask me why I believe in what I believe in because of how I feel. Church was too early for me. Like, you should not understand religion until you grow up because being in a fucking confessional booth at 12 years old, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing.
First of all, I think confession booths are stupid. It's funny.
That's
I
what I'm
just
saying.
had this conversation today with Gretchen. We were talking about this. Like Catholicism. Like a confession booth. You don't. You go into a confession booth,
Yeah.
and you're confessing your sins to a priest or inside of this box. And that's supposed to absolve you. God absolves you. It's God's job to absolve you. I'm not going to a box with some dude in it.
In reality, if I want God, I could go in my backyard, fall to my knees, and find God.
Yes, you
I don't
can.
need a fucking person to tell me.
You can do it right where you're sitting right now.
That's right. I don't need a church. I don't need to tell me
Oh,
somebody is telling me I'm doing something wrong. I know when I'm doing shit wrong.
Absolutely.
That's my part of religion. That's why I don't agree with giving you $50 fucking in your basket to put gas in your fucking Escalade.
That is not what church is about. Sometimes
a lot of it is here.
Offerings are not intended to just pay for the pastor. You have to understand there's building fees. You got to pay rent. You've got to pay electric. No, but you're shooting everybody down because they put money in a basket, but you don't want to hear it by people. You don't coming at you for being a Satanist.
Sir, look at the houses I've seen with fucking bright orange colors on a big mansion that somebody like myself can't afford in the next 10 years who goes on American fucking Idol.
Okay.
You get it?
I don't fault anybody.
I see them and I don't pay attention to nobody, but I literally pay attention to the fuckheads.
May I interject? First of all,
yes, you can.
What you described as Satanism, it sounds more like kind of what Native Americans did or Wiccan. They worship nature and the beauty of nature and how it provides for people and that kind of thing. I'm not saying it's a very common thing through many cultures. Okay. It doesn't make it right or wrong, because I think we should appreciate nature. Does, after all, provide a way for us to survive and live. Many Christians and other mainstream religions see it on the larger scale, that portion, that small piece that so many people hold in endearment, is actually a small portion of a bigger picture. So the creator made that for us to survive. Anyway,
that last comment too. I want to actually comment on that last one. Les, are we all surprised when we're called home? Yes, absolutely. Trust me. Don't get me wrong. I want to see my dead friends. I want to see my grandmother and shit like this. But like this structure and the subjects that these people bring up in buildings, there's no way I could see these people, because it seems like it's more of a fucking school subject.
That's fine. It's this simple. Nobody can come to the Father but through me, Jesus Christ.
Sure. I agree with that.
That ends the argument.
Yeah.
Okay. Ends the argument. Nobody comes to the Father but through me.
So why is there churches?
Because where one or more gather in my name, there I am.
And on top of that, why are they allowed to fucking put the baskets out? Like, hey, why are you?
Because listen, hold on. That's what I wanted to touch on.
Shut up. Say that again, Dustin. Say what you just said. Say what you just said. Father something what?
Nobody comes to the Father but through me.
Right. So that's within the heart. So why is anybody allowed to make money on a fucking church?
For this reason.
Go ahead, Sean.
I'm sorry. That money isn't necessarily just to pay for the preacher or the pastor's house or something. A lot of that money is taken to send people on trips, aka missionaries, to spread the word of God to other countries.
My sister was missionary trips paid for by church.
You see, I agree with that. Missionaries and shit like that spread.
Right. That's where a lot of.
I'm going to take you across the street. We're in Bellevue, Florida. I'm going to take you across the street. This fucking mansion of this fucking guy who was on American Idol and shit. I'm sorry to
back off, yeah, for a little bit.
And then, yeah, I will. And then there's this guy right across the street. This guy, fucking sorry again. He was an ex. You know what? I'm going to put myself in a corner here.
You're getting hung up on the monetary things.
It is because it makes me so angry. I know what these guys are making money on with a religion, with people who will judge, and people need strong structure, but not from people who are making money on it.
Let me say this.
Let me say this. I could be this in the world, and I'll make a fucking church. Sorry, Dustin. Again,
all right, hold on. All right, listen, guys like Joel Osteen. All right, he's not making money just from the church. That dude's written books. You know, he's done shows. He gets paid to speak live at other places. I mean, he's making money on a multitude of different avenues. Yeah. It's not just his super church that's paying for them. Now, is he living a very lush and lavish lifestyle that maybe, you know, most Christians probably don't agree with? There it is. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate you, Tom. Let me download that and put it on right now. What do I do here? Yeah, I can't.
It's like being a gun owner. Just because you own a gun doesn't mean you're going to run out and you're going to do what you're supposed to do with the gun. You're not going to protect yourself. You're not going to protect someone else. You're going to do malicious or malintent things with the gun. Same thing with the church. Some people use the name of God for financial gain and exploit God to make money. There are bad apples in every bunch, but you cannot hold a collective of people because of bad apples. Because the majority of the people, the majority of the churches, while I don't particularly care for going to a brick and mortar building for my relationship with God, I just read my Bible, and I have actually 2 of them. And
in reality, what's your relationship with God? Like Dustin too, like who are you both to tell me what my relationship with God is? You both will judge me for saying what I believe.
Judging you.
I'm just making a statement. Like
it's
you cannot tell me what I believe or not believe in. I believe in Satanism, for do what thou wilt. Eat thy fill. I love Catholic. I love.
Sorry, I didn't send that to you before, man.
I needed it much sooner.
I didn't know we were going on tonight until.
I love a lot of religions, Islam, everything. Trust me, there's so much beauty in everything that they do. There's just a bunch of really fucking stupid people who make it not worthwhile, right?
And you have that in everything, because man is fallible.
Indeed.
We suck. You and I had that conversation today, Dom, that people suck.
I know what it is. Trust me.
But as far as I'm concerned, for two reasons. One, it's not my job to judge. It's not my job to judge. It's God's job. And I'm not pretending to be God. I wouldn't want his job because then we would all be dead. Two, this is the United States of America, brother. You are entitled to believe and think and feel what you want to feel amongst us, amongst Americans and patriots. Oh my God, he's multiplying.
Look,
It's time.
Agent Smith.
I
You
felt
said
out of
that.
place.
Right as I thought, I was like, what the fuck?
Everybody that has a red shirt on has no hair, so I felt out of place.
You need to throw on some aviators, and you got Dom.
Right? I can't do multiple filters at one time.
In reality, though, like, you
Maybe they
know,
have one.
anyone can corner anybody with religion. You're asking me what I believe in, what you guys believe in. I don't give a shit if you're a Christian. Anybody here, like, I just want you to die a good death in the terms that you believe in what you do and do the right thing. That's what I believe, because I see a lot of shit in my life that, like, Christians, in my eyes, changed my mind. They have been the most judgmental people in my life, right?
You've known me. Have I ever judged you? Especially when you told me you're a Satanist. Have I ever judged you?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? When?
Hold on,
did.
Dustin.
Like when we talked about, like, back in the day when there's other people at times there, and you judged me in a way was like, I hope. Actually, you didn't judge me. You just actually hope for me to come to your ways, which was
no bullshit. I told you that I said the door is always open for you to do that.
So there it is. Yeah, same words, without me being such a critical dick.
Douchebag.
But like, yeah.
Well, now you can say dick and fuck because we got all
the same words, but at the same time, like, I'm calm with everything. Like, I'm very at peace with what I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm very at peace with everyone who's a Christian, a Muslim around me. I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm. And it's fine.
You know,
and that's okay. The idea here is that okay, there's everybody believes in. Look, there's a block of four of us. We all probably believe in something that's a little bit different. He's a Mason. All right, I'm just a Christian. You're a Satanist. Who knows what the hell Tom is? But
I could tell you what I was raised as, but what I am is a bit more complicated.
He's a jerk off.
Well,
yeah, there's that. But that's not a religion.
What is it?
I was raised Catholic. I went through all the sacraments except for confirmation. That was when I dropped out of it. And then as I got older, I started realizing that book that was written by men was in fact written by men. It was not written by God. It's not the gospel that they say it is. It's the gospel of men who wrote it, and that's fine to believe in it. That's perfectly fine to believe in everything that's in there. But to me, I have found a God, whoever the God may be, in much like you guys were saying earlier, in nature. I love being out in the woods. I mean, why do you think I work in a state park? Why do you think all my videos have to do with being in wooded areas? That's where I find my zen, my solace.
Right. And I understand that. And, and I believe that God is the creator of all things, and God can be found in that. God can be found in everything you see and do, and that goes back to that goes back to what I was saying. The kingdom of God is inside you and all around you. It's not in mansions of wood and
really
stone.
Small because I don't feel them.
Okay.
It's crazy. And I disagree with you there too, because like if someone's dying in a hospital, right? Say they're dying and the doctor fucking saves them right off the bat. And they say, thank God to the doctor. No, it was the doctor that just fucking saved your life for all the education he put into it. It's not God. It was him. Am I wrong?
I think you're wrong. Yeah.
I think personally, nobody's depiction of the higher powers, whatever they be, is wrong. Even if they believe that there is no higher power, that's what they believe in. That's them. And I don't like ticks. I really don't. But they love me. Anything that sucks blood loves me for some reason. Mosquitoes, ticks, all that. But but I don't think anybody's wrong in their belief in any religion or lack thereof, because I think it's on the individual, and it's up to you to have faith in your own thing.
Yeah, sure.
No matter if God
as
or
long as
Jesus or Allah.
it's
or,
about your heart, man. It's about
Yeah.
your heart, and that
Yeah,
creates.
Dustin
Listen,
had just said that.
it,
Look at
it
put your
creates
thoughts
who
up.
you are as a person too. It forms
Yeah.
you into the person that you are. Either you are a good person or you are not a good person. You know, your belief system. I just want you
Yeah.
to be a good human. But let's change this a little bit. Okay, now hear me. We're going to take
It's
this
fine.
into.
No, it's fine. Like
we're going to take
vengeance.
this into.
But I
hold
want
on.
to say, can I
Give me
say
a
one
second.
more?
One
Yeah.
second. This is where we are. Okay, people are so hung up on things just like this. All right, religion and left, right, politics. Why are people not focusing on just being a good fucking human being
That's what
to
I'm
each
saying.
other? All right, love one of not like God in any religion. God wants us to love one another. Treat your neighbor as you would treat yourself.
Do unto
Okay,
I don't
others
judge
as you would have
nobody.
done
That's
unto
the whole
yourself.
point of what I'm
exactly.
saying. Every man, every
Testify,
woman is a
brother.
star. I don't fucking judge nobody.
Amen.
If you're my
That-
friend, you're my friend.
That rule supersedes religion. That should just be humanity.
It
like
is.
treat
Right.
others the way you want to be treated.
Right.
Right, but look, we get hung up on all this dumb shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
but we're
dumb.
not. We're actually on a hanger where it's like everyone's still cool. Like, oh God, we hate.
Of
we don't hate
course,
Dom
because
we
nobody
love
in
him.
this channel, nobody on
Yeah.
the show is judgmental of each other.
It's variety.
Dom is borderline. He's a little
Oh,
judgmental.
for
He's
Christ's
a little
sake.
defensive. He's a little defensive.
Yeah, that's the word. He's a little
My
defensive.
mom even said it. Like, honestly, you're right, dude. Like, it's one of these things where it's like you could judge no matter what, but we're all here. for
Keep
the
watching
same
behind
purpose.
Dom, by the way. Not to interrupt Dom. Keep watching. See?
That's my
yeah.
countdown.
Right. You had cut it off a little early before the BB3 logo came up, where she
yeah, I
says
do
you are
that.
now live on the air with BB3.
Listen,
Okay, so I need to let that go for a little.
can I say this in front of everybody? Because I know
because I made that shit.
I hope I'm wrong with what I believe in.
Who
But
is
in
this?
my
Politics.
eyes, every man and every woman
Darren.
is a star. We're all equal. Eat your fill. Do what you want because we have one life to live. I have no problem with what you want to believe in and shit like that. That's all I believe in. Like,
Yeah, of
literally.
course.
Not a star.
Trust me, I just want everybody to be happy in their religion that they are. If you're a Catholic, if you're a fucking Muslim, I deal with a Muslim girl and shit like that. Listen, I'm gonna cater to you. Trust me. It has
That's like me
nothing to do
saying
with
I
me.
identify as a meatball.
My name is.
I do. I
My
do.
name is actually Meat Rob.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. Identify as meatball. It's like it's fucking literally. I'm equal to everybody.
I
I'm
agree with everything you're saying, except the part I'm hung up on the part where everybody's a star because a star is a ball of gas.
no.
Well,
We
that
know
would,
that.
My
that would,
wife and my wife is a star.
If you
That would
open up
identify
your
me.
fucking brain a little bit, Sean, and saying every man, every woman is a star. That means you shine on no matter what you do in life. You are that star that everyone looks
Okay.
up to.
All right, so look, the energy here, in my opinion, when we're talking about this, it's a
I'm
little
about
bit.
to punch right through the fucking computer.
You need
Go
to
ahead.
relax, bro.
Yeah.
You're getting a little excited. Yeah,
No, I'm
just bring
good.
it down. You're here. You need to be here. Bring
I'm
it
good.
down. No.
With me?
And
Without me?
it's okay, dude, that you have your feelings, and no one here is trying to indoctrinate you or try to change your mind. It's literally just 4 different opinions, and I think
Oh, it's
this
fine.
is
That's why
beautiful.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
gorgeous.
beautiful. Listen, because nobody's having these freaking discussions, and it needs to happen. Okay,
needs
what are we? Hold on. What are we discussing right now? We're discussing gay
Top
pride.
fucking
We're
gun, and all of a sudden I'm
we're-
fucking
no,
in
no.
the corner because
Well,
of fucking,
listen, what discussion is being had at the dinner table at him?
Yeah.
I'm seeing memes about kids puking rainbows because they're being indoctrinated with something they shouldn't even be talked to about. Okay, the point is, we need to do better as people. We need, religion aside, we need to love one another. We need to be supportive of each other. We need to get people's back when they need help. You know, a loving handout can save somebody's life.
Interesting talk, Dustin. Let me bring something up
Hey,
real
Willow.
quick. Let's start something. Willow,
Missed
I
you
need to
last
talk to
night.
you. I love you. Willow is my.
we all missed you.
Oh my
I
god.
do miss you.
Anyway,
You're
let's do
awesome.
something real quick. Let's have a dinner table talk. So Dustin is at the head
No
of the table.
nails.
I wish I could have farted when that comment
Let's
came up.
literally
earlier.
have a dinner table talk. So we all have a meal, dinner. You start the conversation at dinner right now. You
Me?
start.
If we're sitting down at the dinner table, the first thing that I'm going to do, and the first thing I do when Work, work, work.
All right, dinner's
I
family
asked
talk right now.
I ask my children, I ask my family, how was your day? And I don't just sit there and go off
Okay.
into my own
No,
little space.
ask
I want to
Sean.
know how their day was.
Yeah, ask us as how our day was. Just go around.
We already know how your day's going. You're ready to punch through the screen.
Well, let's go to Sean. How was your day?
My day was pretty good. I got to hang out with a good close friend. We accomplished some things, had a couple good laughs, good stories. Almost died in a car accident because he wanted to get a little rainbow on me for a few seconds. And I wasn't comfortable with that because I don't play for that team.
That was kind of fun. That was fun.
But Mr.
Why were you
Dustin
saying that was fun? Was
definitely
it
plays
you?
for that team.
So,
Yes,
and then I made a
yes.
decision not to go to my meeting tonight to meet the new incoming Grand Master for the state of Florida. Why? Because they're eating dinner and breaking bread with them. And I've lost 20 pounds in the last 3 weeks. I cut my eating time
Congrats.
off at 2:00 in the afternoon and will not eat past that. So I'm not going to subject myself to sitting at a dinner table and not eat food while everybody eats around me. Therefore,
I'm proud of you,
I'm
man.
hanging out with you guys instead of my Masonic brothers.
I'm 100% proud of you for doing that, man.
Well,
You
we are
deserve it.
pretty cool, I'll say. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not too.
I mean,
we're
all right,
not
I am.
too
I
shabby.
am. I can't speak for the
Real
other two.
quick. Just to go back to that, we have 4 different points at, well, me and Dustin probably agree pretty closely, but we have 4 different perspectives or point of views in regards to, I want to use the word belief system or faith. Let's use that.
Okay.
And at the end of that conversation, the 4 of us could still sit here and communicate and talk to each other by being considerate of each other's different perspectives or opinions. Sure. More of this needs to be happening in the world for the several issues and topics that are plaguing our society today. And it's not happening. Yeah, we're all people, and at the end of the day, we need to treat each other with some sort of respect. We don't have to agree with each other, but we could still disagree with each other and still maintain a friendship. I don't understand when the line got drawn that if you disagree with me, you're cut off.
Right. You need to unfriend me. Unfriend me, block me from your Facebook and blah, blah, blah. You know, look, I mean, listen, a perfect example is Mama Two Books. She does not agree with me politically on certain things. Some things she does. But her and I can still have a conversation. We can still be together and still, you know, she comes to my show, shares my show out, and she's supportive. That's a perfect example of the way, if this world would be this way.
She loves you to death, man. She don't have to watch the show. She loves
we seriously have to stop drawing these freaking imaginary lines, because all that is doing is it's dividing people, when all we really need to do in this time right now is come together, be
right now
together as human race, and love one another. Just shut up with the hate. Love one another.
Of course, you mean actually be united? You mean actually be united, which is what it says in the United States of America? You mean be united?
See, I'm not united because I'm more important than all 3 of you, because I'm the only one that's here on 2 different webcams. I'm just saying.
You know.
Oh, you are 2 different
webcams.
I noticed that none of my shows never pop up on his.
It takes 2 to fit.
We're 4 of the greatest friends in the world with 4 different opinions, and we'll have each other's back. I mean, just because we think things different doesn't mean we're not bad people. Trust me.
No, Willow nailed it here. And, you know, and this is exactly right. You know, people talk about segregation in this country, how it dealt with mainly white against black. You know, listen, segregation is happening massively, but it's done by media, the way the media feeds us the bullshit they feed us. Okay, they're telling us partial truths and half truths. You're never getting the full story, and it's always leaning to one side or the other. It doesn't matter. If you watch Fox News, it's leaning to the right. If you're watching CNN, it's leaning to the left. Okay. You got to stop getting your news from trash organizations.
Well,
you maybe should stop getting news. Hold on, Dom. Damn it!
Man. You're blowing my fucking mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. It's all you, bro.
What happened if we all stopped watching it and we're all just in person together?
We all should stop watching news.
I understand that, gas is high and we know why and shit like this, but like in front of black people and shit like that. Hold on, Sean. Let me finish. I
Laura, I have a point that I'm going to mention we're coming back to your comment because I just said this to Dom and Tom.
I work with all races. And nobody is. I can't stand anybody, but I'll stick through the day with you. I literally fucking will stick through the day. I'm not a racist person, man. Like, trust me, and I don't understand what the fuck happens in the world anymore. Like, I can't even fucking say, because like 2 years ago with all those commercials and shit that's going on, like this matters and all this type of shit. It's like, what the fuck? Where's a human being matter, right?
Well, the human life is devalued massively. Look, when you can take a child and abort it at late stage, that's how is that not considered murder? That's not choice. That's not freedom of choice. Sure, it's freedom. It's your choice to legally murder a baby. I'm sorry. There's something seriously and morally wrong with something like that. But that's another topic. Baby that wasn't given a choice. That's the problem. They weren't given a voice. I look at it this way. I want to come back to what Laura said. And Tom and Dom, I asked you guys a question earlier today. Do you remember what it was when I first got on?
No,
do you guys think this is stupid? Yeah. I said, do you think what I said was stupid? Do you remember that? What I was talking about? I said, wouldn't it be great? Because look, inflation is well, according to the media, it's 8.6%. All right, but it's actually more like 33%. People are suffering. $1 for an egg. Okay, $6 for gas. Okay, we're seeing things that's unprecedented in this country. We've never experienced this. No, people that are senior have never experienced what we're experiencing right now. But people want to bitch and moan about it, but nobody wants to do anything about it. Wouldn't it be great? Hear me out. Wouldn't it be great if every single person in the United States agreed to one weekend? Now, let me finish this whole thing before you say anything. One whole weekend of staying at home. Do not drive your car. Do not purchase gas. Do not go to work. Do not go to the grocery store. Do not buy anything for 2 days. Stay home. But what I want you to do is I also want you to put down your cell phone unless you're calling somebody to come over. I want you to have block parties. I want you to have community gatherings.
But they have to get there, right?
No. Okay. No, I'm saying community gatherings. Get to know the people in your community. Okay. Get outside. Go for walks. Take your kids to have experiences. 2 days. And what would happen? Think about what would happen.
Didn't mean to laugh. I had a Sesame Street flashback.
It would make a great improvement. However, though, you're wrong. And here's why. You cannot gather enough people to do that. People want their weekends. People want everything. You have to gather a bigger crowd to actually stop it. Yes, stopping the gas stations would be one. Hanging out by your own house, staying home would be the biggest thing. You convince people on their day off to stay home and do this. When we had
why not?
But we had it in COVID-19. And it still didn't happen.
It was
because if people couldn't be together.
It was you couldn't gather when it was COVID.
You would get arrested if you gathered.
I'm talking about
what you're saying.
Gathering and being a community.
Tell me I'm wrong. What you're saying is this: stop going to the gas stations and all this type of shit.
For 1 week.
I get it. 1 week. One
weekend
damage.
1 weekend.
However, though, simplicity for the rich. Are they going to say, I'd give two shits about your rent or all this type of shit? It's just not going to work. There has to be a bigger plan. This plan has already been in effect. Don't go to gas stations. Don't buy this. Don't buy that. There has to be a bigger plan for the Americans to stand up to show their worth.
Here's
yeah,
the
but
problem.
It's a grassroots effort, though. You're missing the point.
Hold on.
Well, maybe I am. I did see something more.
First of all, I agree with Dustin because I had this.
Of course you do.
Well, no.
Oh, stop it, Tom, for crying out loud.
Back when we had the pandemic, essentially we shut down, and it actually helped our environment recover quicker than we thought it could, just by shutting down most of the stuff for like a couple of days. And I thought, well, there's an idea. If we did that maybe 2 days a month or 2 days every 3 months, maybe we could help course correct some of the things wrong with the planet. And then somebody told me, hold on, let me finish, Dom.
I'm agreeing with you, fuckhead.
Right. And then somebody told me, well, that's a very liberal point of view. I said, well, I don't care what point of view it is. I deal with logic and common sense. I don't care what side of the aisle it is. Common sense and logic needs to be the only party. I'm sorry, period. Use your damn head. Okay.
No.
That being said, wait a minute. That being said, my mom is one of these people. And Mom, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry, but you're one of these people too. And I'm sorry you are. I don't know where it came from. But these people that hate the elite 1% so much, hold on a second. It's in the number. 1%. 1. That means there's 99% of us. We outnumber them. So just because the 1% might still get up and drive their car, drive their little electric car, or go to the gas station, they're only 1%. It doesn't matter. If we do what Dustin's talking about, it would make such an economic and environmental impact at the same time, not to mention a social impact as well. So for those reasons, I completely agree with Dustin. And get off the 1%'s parental advisory time. Hold on. Get off the 1%'s nuts.
Yeah. I really like you, Sean. Yeah. But look,
I knew this would work.
No, shut up, Tom.
I told you this earlier, for Christ's sake.
No, but okay. Hold on. Fizzy. My nickname is Hizzy, so she says Fizzy. I'm like,
no, she's Fizzy.
Fizzy.
She's a Fizzy girl.
Bellevue near you tomorrow.
Forever.
I actually got to meet her in person. She's the one that drove this guy up here.
One amazing lady, and Fizzy girls will always be a BB3. I don't give a shit.
Awesome. Gas stations love to gouge us at any chance they get. Well, it's not. Look, I don't think it's just gas. It's not gas stations. But look, okay, I'm going to give you an example. I drive truck for a living. I haul eggs. Okay, I know for a fact that that chicken that laid the egg a year ago when it cost 6 cents, it's the same chicken laying the egg. Now it costs $1. The profit is just going up. The process hasn't changed. So why? Who's controlling that? Who's got their finger on the strings making that stuff happen? And I have an answer for that. But you know,
I want the answer. What's your answer?
Well,
why is
let's go, Brandon.
I get it. I get it. Trust me. I get your answer. Why though?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why not? It's people are easier to control. Well,
Department of Treasury controls inflation. Did you not learn that in economics in high school? They teach that in high school in core curriculum.
So, trust me, we're talking about like politics and shit like this.
I love Willow's answer.
What?
I love that. Hunger Games. It gives them entertainment. Let's start talking about the Bilderberg group.
To throw it in right now,
make it like the Running Man.
I don't feel like this political party that's in office right now is worthy of what they have.
She's talking about Bilderberg.
I know it
without saying it.
Willow,
you're awesome. She's an Alaskan too.
Willow is one of the best people, and trust me, she is. Just get a hold of her.
Well, I tried. I wanted her to come on my show last night.
I know.
Yeah, she was busy with stuff.
I totally get it. And you know what? We had a great show, and I think we hopefully help somebody who's in that situation.
I hope so, man. That whole thing, like,
look,
and talking tonight about religion, like how the fuck, like most people are gonna think like Dom's a satanic dick, and I'm not. You know,
you're such a douchebag, Tom.
And I'm not.
Not Dom. I said Tom.
No,
Tom's a dick.
You missed it. That was a whole Nick Mullier reference.
Oh yeah,
I'm Pickle Tom. Ah!
Brandon only poops his pants and he doesn't run a country. We're not going anywhere, Laura. You hang tight. Don't you dare go anywhere. I said fasten your seatbelt. Batten down the hatches.
I gotta go do satanic fucking rituals.
Quit your.
I gotta go.
Just stop.
No, I do.
Really, it's over the top. Brandon can't even walk straight or climb steps. Hey, listen. I am never going to attack a person for their physical ailments. Okay, I'm dealing with my own physical problems. I have issues, and it is what it is. Okay, the problem with having the leader of the free world not be able to walk up a flight of stairs or not be able to hold his poopy until he gets to a potty. These are problems.
Well, but he's not the first one
does.
that couldn't walk a flight of stairs.
I know that,
What was
and
that
people
guy's
have
name
fallen.
back in the 70s? Was that
Carter?
No, not Carter. Before Carter.
Yeah, Carter fell down the stairs once.
Yeah,
You guys
but the
wanna
guy that was
play,
always falling.
Let's play roulette real quick.
I can't. What the hell is his name?
Let's do what?
Roulette. One over the other. One question that nobody really wants to know. So, how do we do this? Do we ask them, the family, to ask us, or do we just answer something? A roulette.
The Ford?
And we end it. So, I'll answer my question, you'll answer yours, and I'm gonna call it a day. Dustin, it's your show, and you'll be the last one here. All right, guys, ask me one thing.
There was a
In
press
the comment section, or you guys, if it's not happening in 12 seconds, they're gonna ask me and I'm gone.
Where you got to go, Tom? You wanted this, and now
Yeah, I
you're
did.
leaving.
And here's the thing.
He's telling
You're getting
you what
butthurt.
you're doing on your show.
Yeah,
Let me
he's getting
keep
butthurt.
Well, here's the thing. Success. You did good.
We all did good. Eisenhower was the one in the wheelchair. You know, I would love to talk about the parallels of like a World War II America. Well, there's no parallels to today's America. You try to find people to do what those men did, storming beaches of Normandy.
Oh my God.
They'll storm the beaches as long as it's on their little PlayStation 4 on Call of Duty.
Hey, you ain't kidding.
Yeah,
Duty.
you know. Oh, here
Yeah, what
Willis
is
said a salve will fix your butt hurt.
Yeah.
No. Hey, look, man, it's cool. I appreciate y'all coming on today and having this conversation. It was, these are the
Keep
kind of
going.
conversations that people need to talk about. These are the things like, why aren't these discussions allowed to happen? And if we did this, I was.
Hey,
banned
Dustin, can I
from
ask you a
YouTube.
question? You want to
Sure.
go deeper? You want to go deeper?
Well, when somebody asks me that question, I'm usually very cautious about saying yes.
Stop.
All right,
Let's see
I
what
got
this
time.
guy-
Let's go. What do you want to do? Let's not end it. Let's
Nature's
go.
lube.
I have a question,
Okay, go for it.
and I'll start with Dom.
Sure.
And I want to ask everybody this question, and myself included. What would you do to fix the current state of affairs in our country right now if you were the leader?
If I was the leader, long story short, I would step down, knowing I couldn't do it.
Good answer.
And in this answer, I'm going to make it real short. Okay, I've studied other countries that make sure people eat, like India. Like they have rice and bread that make sure their farmers, everything in the towns eat. In America, we literally don't do anything. Like veterans and everybody sit down.
Oh, can of
Hold
worms
on,
being
Dustin.
opened up here.
Wait, hold on. I get it.
Mhm.
We literally do things in a way that, like, I feel like America is a bit selfish with what they do. And I'm going to call you out on that, Dustin. I feel like America is a bit selfish with the food that we throw away, Sean. You see it every day.
What are you
You
calling
see
me
it.
out on?
I'm not talking to you right now. I'm answering Sean's question. So much food we throw away in hospitals in general. Imagine the pounds and pounds that go away within structures of hospitals throughout the United States.
Do you
Right?
know why?
I understand why.
No, you
Because if they
don't.
get sick, they get sue. It's not fair. And they put up a fucking sign saying, "Hey, we are not about food waste." No, don't give me that shit. People need to eat. That's it.
Gretchen heard it. Oh my Lord.
So
Yeah.
Tom,
and your question, I'm sure you want to call me out on that. What do you want to say?
Call you out on what? I don't want to call you out on nothing.
What I was just
You're
saying.
You're entitled to your opinions. I don't give a shit.
Oh, good.
You're
Tom, question.
sensitive though, dude. You're a little too taking shit a little too personal.
Well, I see things in a way where it's like fucking like, we shouldn't throw away so much food.
No,
I remember
dude.
going hungry. I remember going hungry in the fucking college.
Bro, I deliver to warehouses that set dumpsters,
Yeah.
100-yard dumpsters outside their door, and fresh food is thrown into it because it's one day past the date, and
gross, man.
it's no.
Yeah.
This is the most wasteful country I've ever seen, and because they're not making any money, they don't want to give that food away, which is ridiculous because it could be a write-off.
Why can't we send that shit off to people that need help? Like, anyway,
absolutely. Absolutely. There's no reason why. Why can't they set up like these distribution centers like I don't know, Cisco? Why couldn't they set up like a charitable food bank on their property where they can put the food that's one day past date out there, they could put their disclaimers, and they could feed so many people.
And it's still good.
I want this question, Sean. Ask me the question.
Hold on. I want to hear Tom's answer first.
Son of a bitch.
Tom,
hold on to yours because mine will be quick because mine is actually more on. I know this is a hard thing to believe on a more of a comedic level, sort of. The thing that could make this country better, I think, comedically, would be to start taking warning labels off and thinning the herd. Get the stupid people. You know what I mean? So that we don't have commercials that say. Like we'll just make up a name. Well, we'll just say Viagra, right? If somebody like on the commercial for Viagra, it says, "Don't take Viagra if you're allergic to Viagra or any of its ingredients." Well, why have we gotten to this point? Why? How have we gotten to this point? You know what I mean? And it was just a great question. In the herd out of the people who are need that advice.
No, it's absolutely true. Okay, all right. Now here's the thing. All right, how to fix the country. Is it my turn?
Yep, your turn. Go for it.
All right, this is simple. Okay, this is simple. The way to fix the country is to first fix the electoral system that puts these people into office. Term limits.
Big job.
All right, not allowing people to serve more than a certain amount of time. It puts pressure on them to perform.
No career politicians.
No career politicians, and it puts pressure on them to perform and do something that's memorable, during their time. But secondly, okay, you open up the damn pipelines. You free the American hands, the economy. You get the Keystone Pipeline rock and roll, and the Dakota Pipeline, the Alaska Pipeline. You start drilling in Texas. You start drilling in. There's enough oil in Texas to supply this country for the next 50 years, just in one spot in Texas. Okay, you open that up. You start jobs. You get people back working with high-paying technical jobs. Okay. That's how you first start to fix the country. You get independence back. You secure the border.
Can I ask you something about the pipeline? Doesn't it kill the animals?
No, it doesn't kill. Okay, is there a possibility that some animals may die?
I want to know.
No. I know. I mean, that's a perfect liberal question, and I think that needed to be asked. Okay, it does. It does. I'm sure that some animals might get run over when a tractor's building the pipeline, but the ecosystem rebuilds itself. Okay, it's like, are we seriously that stupid and naive to think that we are a plague to this planet, to think that we could actually hurt this planet that's been here for billions of years, that has survived tectonic shifts, the volcanic eruptions, horrible storms and things? I mean, this planet. What is that?
I like that, Tom. No, it's a question because I didn't like the pipelines. Honestly, this stays with us and like the world.
It doesn't stay with us. Whoever's watching.
I know. I didn't like the pipelines because I didn't want the animals hurt. I just didn't like the wolves, the deers, everything running through.
What do you think they're going to do? Walk into the fucking pipeline?
I have no idea. But
to that, do you still drive that Ranger to work every now and then? What if you run over a cat on your way to work?
I won't run over a cat because I'm precise with how I am because I'm a good pilot.
Okay.
Or a possum. It's 4:00 in the morning.
These things run out in front of you.
The possum bolted across the road.
I'm not going to run over one. Trust me.
No, you hit the possum. Do you park your vehicle and never drive again?
Malarkey. What?
If you run over the possum, I almost hit one the other morning on the way to work, but I happened to be driving slow enough that I was able to stop the car and let him go across the road.
So what's your point? I'm not going to hit one.
My point is, just because a vehicle or an animal dies from a pipeline opening, cars kill animals. I mean, it used to be a job up in Pennsylvania where a person
we're talking about literally putting a pipeline in fucking land.
I'm answering your question.
Shit.
I'm answering your question about the pipeline, and I'm glad you brought it up because it's a very good question. It's a different point of view. There used to be a job up in Pennsylvania when I used to live there where they actually had a person scraping up and cleaning up roadkill off the side of the road. They would scrape them up and throw them in the back of a dump truck and then take them to an incinerator and burn the carcasses. Okay? That was an actual job. But here's the thing. Did all these environmentalists and liberal people stop driving their cars? Or do they continue driving and taking the chance of hitting an animal? Okay, so how is opening a pipeline any different?
Well,
that could better our economic life. That could better our economic life.
Here's the answer that I would give to you. I'm going to fucking sit in your house for the next month. I'm literally going to sit in there and fucking literally can figure out your entire life and how you do and rearrange everything. Like, say a deer goes up the pipeline and there's fucking tractors and shit coming up. Yes, I don't believe in the pipeline, but I understand what it does. So I'm
you don't believe in
inside your fucking house, Sean. I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to live here and I'm going to rearrange my life around yours.
So you don't believe in American energy independence, then, is what you're
saying? No, I do. I just don't like the animals being killed off and shit.
I don't like animals being killed either.
Me neither, dude. I love nature. Hell, dude, I don't even want to hunt. I can. I can hunt. I don't want to.
Exactly. I'm the same way.
I don't want to kill.
In my eyes,
I'll kill if I have to.
We haven't figured out a way to fucking save our animals. Like the wolves and all that type of shit. There's so much shit going extinct in the world. Like a polar. Why do we have to worry about a polar bear going extinct? It's not America. Why do we have to worry about shit like this?
Simple answer: natural selection. That is the reality, though.
Humans suck.
Okay, maybe we do, but you cannot be naive enough to think that we are responsible for the death of all of these. Like, okay, Gretchen asked an interesting question. Are you a vegetarian? Actually, I think he is a vegetarian.
I would rather be. Yeah, I'm going towards that. Yeah, I like burgers and shit, but I'd rather be. Now, natural selection. Now, you bring up a good question. You didn't have to say anything. Now, with me, put me on the spot. Natural selection. If we weren't here, animals probably would survive, wouldn't they?
No, because they'd kill each other off.
They'd still be killing each other. The whole food chain.
Natural chain of life, but like nothing would be.
Yes, natural selection.
Well, I don't know.
There would still be some extinctions going on, even if we weren't here.
Yes,
I don't agree.
It's like Americans coming to the United States and taking all the land from the Native Americans. This is me siding on your side of this for a little bit.
I agree with that. What Willow's saying, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like we're wiping out so much land for the don't you understand what I'm saying? Like they're like scurrying to find a place to live.
It's a fucking pipeline that takes up this tiny little bit of land that stretches
itself. Look at the city. Look at all the animals that were here. They're scurrying in a place to fucking corner themselves to survive anymore, right?
But once they build the pipeline, it's underground, and then nature will regrow.
Maybe I'm just not getting my point out right. The pipeline's
no, dude. It's not that you're not. It's that we understand it, and we're trying to make you understand that there's another side of this, and the other side is not just your side, dude. Our side of this is the pipeline gets built, it gets put underground because that's where most of them go. Most of these are built under strict regulations. There's
regrows after.
Okay, everything grows back. Okay, and voila, it's not impacting anything, and we have American independence for energy. That's the whole soul part of this.
I get it. That's what's needed to be done.
Think about when there's like the old ruins and shit of an old house where they cleared out the entire land and everything, and 100 years go by. Not even 100. We'll say 20 years go by. You go back and visit that house after people vacated it. Nature took it back. I get
it. Just don't mow your yard for 1 month in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, here in Philly.
I mean,
anywhere.
It's like, with everything, it's like, things roam the land and shit. You're fucking putting industrial shit in for us to survive. And like the nature that's supposed to be here, the animals have to scurry to find a new home. What?
Temporarily.
Fuck. Okay. Temporarily, Tom. Yeah. You fucking, if I burn your house down right now, you have to find a new home. I just don't see your point. I don't see anybody's point.
Would you stop a wolf from eating a deer?
Yes.
You would.
Why? It's
Hold on,
natural.
hold on.
No,
Wait a minute.
Stop a wolf from eating a deer. No, that's the fucking natural territory.
Okay, so you wouldn't stop a wolf from eating a baby deer?
No.
No? Okay. An experiment actually took place in Yellowstone, okay, which is a mega super volcano that cataclysmically changes the world every 460,000 years. We're a little overdue for an explosion or an eruption. Anyway, I digress. They did an experiment where they removed wolves from an environment because
I saw it. Yeah, and they all died
because
off.
people are like, no, don't kill Bambi.
Yeah.
No.
The
So they
environment
removed
died
the
off.
wolves from it, right?
Yeah.
So the deer overpopulated and started killing all the vegetation.
Yeah.
They were killing all the vegetation.
So you're making the point is what I'm trying to say. You're killing the fucking main environment what's supposed to be there.
The second you introduce the wolves back into the mix, it all balanced out again.
How about that?
Balanced out again. Here's
John,
the thing.
Dustin, and Tom, I give two shits about how you feel about it. I literally fucking feel like, we're killing the environment that's supposed to be there. Honestly, like I feel the way I do. I don't want the animals to be hurt and shit like that. I really feel strongly.
All right, then what's your solution?
I don't know. Fucking literally, I don't know. Maybe it's okay to say I don't know anymore. Like, instead of fucking just destroying every fucking thing, find a solution.
What I want people to do, okay, is stop taking everybody else's opinion and coattailing that opinion and do some research, figure out what's actually happening yourself, read the reports, do the work, and form your own opinion, not based on what somebody else thinks or feels. Okay, find out if it really is impacting the animal. Find out if it really is taking down.
And somehow they got it right before we were even here. Like we're in technology and buildings and shit like that. Somehow somebody got it right, and they lived that long. Somehow they got it right.
Okay, and now my turn for my question.
Go ahead.
Unless Dustin wasn't finished.
No, I really wasn't, but I'm not going to go into it anymore.
Oh, he loves you.
No, it's not that he doesn't love you. He just doesn't agree with everything that you're saying, and that's supposed to be okay.
Here, so if I were the leader of this country, the things I would do, first of all, I would set term limits, no career politicians, period, hands down. And once you're no longer in the job, you get a fraction of what you made before, not your full salary for the rest of your life. That's one. Two, I would do away with the IRS. Instead, I would allocate funds. I would allocate funds to set up a different organization to expand on environmentalists whilst still opening the pipelines. I would open up the pipelines for economic and energy independence and economic growth to Americans. I would put, for lack of a better word, America first. Because if we can't take care of ourselves, we can't help anybody else. We need to take care of ourselves first. Third, I would put state governments in control of their states. They need to step up and stop having the federal government decide stupid liberal bullshit about someone's feelings. Our federal government needs one job: to protect our borders. Period.
Agreed.
Hold on, let me finish. Stop gumming up the works with all this other feeling bullshit. But I do agree with you, an environmental service needs to be expanded on whilst still being energy independent. We need to expand on that. Do I think that the planet is going to recycle itself? Absolutely. Do I think it goes through these phases every so many hundreds of thousands of years? Absolutely. Do I believe in global warming? Global warming is a natural phenomenon. It happens every so many hundred thousand years.
I agree with everything. I agree with everything he's saying.
Because the planet's core heats up to a certain point. It's not coming from the sun. It's coming from the core inside the planet. It's going to heat up and become unstable and build up so much pressure that it's going to have to release that pressure. And then it's going to send us back into another ice age. We have proven this through core samples that this happens over and over and over again. So the global warming thing, it's a natural phenomenon. Fight me. Sorry.
No, it is. No, and it's true. And I think, look, again, people get so hung up on their personal feelings. It's feelings and emotion. And what happens when you live your life based upon feeling and emotion? You get triggered, for lack of a better term. You start acting out. You start getting mad. You start getting offended. And that's what's wrong with people. You can't have a conversation without hurting somebody's feelings and then getting all upset and butthurt about it.
I get more triggered with the religion shit than like the whole like.
But you didn't even get triggered for that conversation.
But in my heart I did, because you have no idea how I feel and what I see. Things like this, I understand. Like, I'm enjoying these like comments saying this is what Off the Cuff is about. Yes, it's about talking random and fucking literally just doing our thing. But religion actually puts me on an edge. Like,
well, hold on. The fact that you even your belief system correlates with your passion for animals. They go hand in hand, so it makes sense that you would feel passionate about both issues, because they do go hand in hand, because your belief system does embody nature and the beauty of what is natural and things, and preserving that natural piece of things. So with my environmental group that I wanted to create, they would look for ways to create a balance for co-inhabitation between both the natural habitat and our existence, without putting a strain on a mother who's trying to feed her baby. Just like we don't want to put a strain on a deer trying to feed her fawn.
Well, look at it right.
There has to be a balance, and that's what this group or the organization that I would appoint would create. There has to be, we have to come together with logic and reason and common sense to realize that both sides want similar things, but we have to find that middle ground with a little bit of give and take. It can't be all one way or the other. There's a balance to everything, yin and yang.
Well, there's the problem, though, Sean, is that people have gotten so hung up on these titles and these identities, and that's what it's become. Being a Republican has become an identity, not a party affiliation. Being a liberal has become an identity, not a party affiliation. There used to be a time when people could find the middle ground and have civil discourse. Now, politics has always been a dirty playing field. Like, you go back to the time, think about like when the 13th Amendment was precipitated onto the House floor, and what that caused in white America during a time when slavery was at its peak, where we're talking about it was the main source of the South's economy. And these people, only 1% of slave owners actually fought in the Civil War. People don't realize that statistic.
It's amazing. The comments coming in too. Like,
hold on,
really, with Gretchen and shit, like, really, it's like fucking like stick together.
It's true. All right, but the thing is, that politics gets so muddled and so murky, and it becomes where it's like, it's I'm right, you're wrong, like it or not, and then all of a sudden the point is missing. It's gone. Okay, you've got to be able to listen to the other side and be able to discern with actual thought, using your brain and thinking things through. Think before you speak and actually put something behind it. Whereas today, people act on emotion only, and that's why we're so divided. Because Dom was sort of triggered because we're talking about religion and how we see it, but I didn't get triggered by him telling me what he believes in, because Dom is Dom. Dom's going to believe what Dom wants. It's not my job to change him. It's my job to present him with what I believe is the truth. He can do with whatever he wants with that truth.
That's why I said what I said. Like, everybody's belief is not wrong. Your belief in what you have yourself is true.
And enough for you. I think it's very healthy to talk about shit like this.
But in politics, like what was it? Abe Lincoln said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's when they made the two-party system, is when shit started going downhill. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's other countries that have way more than two-party systems that are running way more efficiently than we are.
If the four of us had the same opinion, it'd be a very boring conversation. We have four different opinions in a way to change life. The point is, we have to figure out the four different opinions, not us, but the world, how to change a life that we all still get along. Like, there's so much in the world that, like, people You know,
And we
like
all just get
what I was
along.
saying, I bring this up often with India and shit. Like people still eat, you know, things like that. The farmers and like, not everyone's terrorists, not everyone's this, not everyone's that.
You
Like
know,
we
there's
live
people
on
starving.
planet fucking Earth, Dustin.
It is the most abundant. Look, it is the most abundant planet anywhere in the solar system. We have
We're the only
abundance-
one, for
that we
Christ's
know
sake,
of.
that we
we
live.
have abundance in this country alone that could take care of everybody who was hungry. All right, but here you're gonna like go to Mogadishu and all these people that are starving in the Mogadishu in the Moog. These people live in a freaking desert. Get out of the desert. You know, get yourself out of the. Go somewhere where you can plant something that'll grow. I mean,
know
there
the
are
world-
ways to address certain things. Don't live in the
world is
desert if you
big
want to eat and drink.
Like, I would
That's what
assume
the Vikings did.
transportation, like Sean actually brought up a good thing with like Vikings, like boats and shit. Transportation is something like in the world, like not a lot of people have. Like I don't even have it in America right now. Like I'm trying to buy my new truck and shit. Like it's just, you know, it's fucking crazy. Like I feel like I've traveled enough of my life. I've seen more than most of my friends will see in their entire life. You know, it sucks because I want to see more too. Going into it, like there's so much more to see, and like, you know, if I go to India and people are eating and shit like that, and I walk across Los Angeles streets where like Skid Row is there, and like people are begging me for food. I don't have enough money to give you food, and I'd love to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? But in India, they have rice and bread. Like, what do you
That's
do?
a double-edged sword, though, man. And I may be saying this. I may be saying this from a kind of like a prick point of view. But there's this organization that I recently heard of, and it goes back to the old wise tale. Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man a fish, he eats for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you sit here and you can. That's great. That's all well and good that you give all this stuff away to all these people who are in need. But then what do you do tomorrow? Give it to them again?
Right.
What about the day after? Again?
It's the subject.
It becomes a black hole.
Yeah, they get used to it. Like if you get somebody that's truly hungry, you don't believe them no more because you've ran into so many people that are false hungry, and some guy you're gonna say no to that's actually hungry, which is fucked up. You know,
so
in
if you can help these people get into a position to be self-efficient, that would be more beneficial to them and society than it would be to just give them everything. And that's partly what we're dealing with over the course of the last generation. Everything's being handed to them. Oh, you participated. Here's a trophy. You have no reason to rise, work harder, and be the best you can be because you already get a trophy. You showed up.
Yep. I said that earlier.
Tom literally said that. That was before we went live.
Yep.
You said that when we were just chatting before we went live.
That was when everything went wrong.
Yep.
Giving people things. If we want to give somebody something,
earn it.
Give a person the opportunity to do for themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's a fact. And we need to put value on competition. We need to put value back in that. It does, you know, when you strive to earn something, you put your all into that. The reward that you get for that self-drive, that self-sacrifice is immeasurable. And it builds oneself up.
Great.
You know,
Feel like
it also creates ingenuity because
and camaraderie and teamwork.
Yeah. While you're competing with other people to be better than the other person, you're pushing our way of life forward rather than it becoming plateaued and stagnant. It's getting pushed forward.
Dustin, bring up comments. What do we got here?
What?
Comments. I see a lot of comments.
Yeah. She said we need to clean up the house before we worry about our neighbor. Who says a neighbor wants to nose in their business? No, that's true.
I agree.
I know why there are participating trophies. It cost me $250 to sign my son up for football. That's why they get participation trophies. It's more for the parent than it is the kid.
Yeah.
Well, give the parent the damn trophy.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for signing your child up for football.
Yeah.
But, hey guys, I love it. I love every one of you. Thank you all so much for being here. We're going to have to wrap this up because I am 20 minutes away from a dinner date with my mother. And after everything that's been going on, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to wrap this up and get to that.
I want to say this to you. Can I say this, Dustin? I'm proud of you for everything you do here at BBC TV.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, bro. And you know I love you, man. You guys are family to me.
You did everything I wanted tonight and more. Thank you.
I think the four of us should get together and do this again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
It could be a new thing.
You know, I'm all about it. Well, like I said, Sean, you and I we've got to do a show together one of these days.
DDTS.
Hey, actually, as a matter of fact,
thank you, Gretchen.
If you want to pop on one of my Sunday shows, man, let me know. 8 p.m. Sunday evening.
That's a bad time.
Just tomorrow night, I can't because tomorrow night I have plans.
My job, the problem is my job requires me to be in bed at 6 p.m. every day.
Well, Sunday.
Well, you're East Coast, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll figure something out.
I gotta go.
All right, take care, man. Guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with us off the cuff here today. We appreciate it. Head over to BB3 TV on Facebook. Like and follow us over there, man. There's so much variety entertainment over there. You got Dom and Tom's World. You got, or however it is, but you got
it's Dom and Tom's
everything.
World. You got it right.
All right, you've got gamers going on over there, guys. So head over to BB3 TV on Facebook and like and follow us over there, guys. And also, please head over to Off the Cuff with Dustin Heisey and like and follow me over there. I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you all so much for being here today, and God bless. I love you, and we'll see you next Friday. I would like to 8 p.m. Friday. I'd like to talk about Pompeii and talk a little bit about the Roman Empire and some of that kind of cool stuff. So join me next Friday at 8 p.m. Guys, I love you. God bless, and we'll see you there.